The old house stood on a hill overlooking the town, a silhouette against the bruised purple of twilight. We fell in love with it instantly. My wife Sarah saw the sprawling garden. Our daughter Lily saw a castle for her imaginary friends. I saw the sturdy oak beams and the thick stone walls, a place where our family could finally put down roots. The realtor had called it a house with character. He wasn't wrong. First week was a blissful whirlwind of unpacking boxes and painting walls. It was on the 8th night that I heard it first. Lying in bed, suspended in that quiet space between wakefulness and sleep, I heard a sound. A slow, deep, rhythmic sound. Inhale, ... exhale. It was so faint I thought it was just the wind or the old house settling. It continued, a steady, measured cadence that seemed to emanate from the very walls around us. I sat up, listening. The sound was everywhere and nowhere at once, like the house itself was alive, drawing a slow, sleeping breath. The next morning, I asked Sarah if she'd heard anything. She just laughed and blamed my overactive imagination. But that night she heard it too. Her hand found mine in the dark, her grip tightening with each spectral exhale. Soon, Lily began complaining about whispers in her room. "The walls are telling me secrets, Daddy," she'd say, her big eyes wide with a mixture of fear and fascination. At first, we dismissed it as childhood fantasy. But then, one evening, as I was tucking her in, I heard it too. A faint, sibilant whisper slithering from the floral wallpaper, a sound like dry leaves skittering across pavement. It wasn't a language I could understand, but the intent was clear, filled with a chilling, ancient sorrow. We started looking into the history of the house. The town's small library held dusty records and a local historian. A man with eyes that had seen too many town secrets finally told us the story. A century ago, a family had lived here. The father, a man named Silas, had walled up his sick wife in her bedroom, convinced her illness was a curse upon his house. He wanted to seal the sickness in, to purify his home. The townspeople said he went mad, listening to her final, fading breaths through the very walls he had built to silence her. He claimed the house had absorbed her spirit, that it breathed with her lungs, that knowledge changed everything. The gentle breathing of the house now sounded like a suffocating gasp. The whispers felt like desperate pleas. The house wasn't just breathing, it was remembering. It was reliving a century-old agony, night after night. The atmosphere grew thick, heavy with unspoken grief and rage. Doors would slam shut in empty hallways. Cold spots would drift through rooms like unseen specters. Lily started having nightmares, waking up screaming that a sad lady was trapped in her wall, trying to get out. The climax came during a fierce thunderstorm. The power went out, plunging us into absolute darkness. The breathing of the house grew louder, more frantic, a panicked hyperventilation that matched the pounding of my own heart. The whispers escalated into a chorus of sorrowful wails. Then, from Lily's room, a terrifying, guttural scream. We raced to her, our flashlights cutting frantic beams through the dark. We found her standing in the middle of her room, pointing a trembling finger at the wall. A dark, damp stain was spreading across the wallpaper, and from within the wall came a scratching sound, frantic and desperate. Plaster dust trickled to the floor. The breathing, the wailing, the scratching, it all converged into a single, terrifying symphony of despair. It was the sound of a soul trying to break free. We grabbed Lily and fled into the storm-lashed night, leaving the house to its eternal, suffocating torment. We never went back. Some say on quiet nights you can still stand at the bottom of the hill and hear the old house, breathing in the dark. Thank you so much for joining me for this story. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from the shadows. Stay safe, and see you next time.